Okay, so bonus ep. Here we go. Screw the singing. Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
A Man Called Ove. Fredrik Backman. That's where we are today. My name's Jess.
My name's Hannah.
And this is our very first requested reads.
Ooh, I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this since you made that post. I'm amped.
Me too.
I was shocked that we even got responses, if I'm being real.
And it's our most commented on post.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And that was like a hot minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is exciting. We've been like preparing it.
Yeah.
We've got plans.
This is a soft launch of something that we're hoping to start more consistently in the new year.
Mm-hmm. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Little bonus app, little mini. So overall, A Man Called Ove. Let's pull up the description.
Yeah, let's start there.
Ove is almost certainly the grumpiest man you'll ever meet. He thinks himself surrounded by idiots, joggers, neighbors who can't reverse a trailer properly, and shop assistants who talk in code. But isn't it rare these days to find such old-fashioned clarity of belief and deed? Such unswerving conviction about what the world should be and a lifelong dedication to making it just so. In the end, you will see there's something about Ove that is quite irresistible.
Okay, I'm going to just start off saying this. I rated it 5 stars.
I think I also did. I would also give it 5 stars.
5 stars,
I don't
no
think I thought about it, but yeah, 5 stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
As of now.
5 stars, no notes.
I just think he's so cute.
Yeah, he's just a little
so
grump.
Cute.
He's such a little grump.
I know. I was not expecting to like Ove. I didn't know what this was about, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I read the back, I just didn't get it, and I was just like, okay. But I was given my copy of it last year by none other than our mascot, Grant. Love him. So, yeah, he just kind of handed me the book one day, and he was just like, I read it. I'm done with it. You can keep it if you want, or not. I really don't care. I was like, okay, cool. Free book.
Yeah.
And so it's just sat on my shelf, and then he commented on our requested reads post saying A Man Called Ove or some other one, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. And so we like compiled a list of all of those comments, and it was just like, well, got to start with the mascot. So here we are.
Yeah. Got to start with our number one supporter.
Yeah.
Grant.
Yeah. He was a fan before it started. So
he's been here since before the beginning.
The day before you suggested we do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so we figured
this one's for Grant.
Yeah, to honor Grant, this episode is dedicated to Grant and his unwavering support of this show.
Indeed. But yeah, so he was so cute. He's just a little old man who just really loved his wife.
Yeah.
And stubborn to a T.
Yeah. But like in the best way though, about everything that matters. Like he was a man who like stood up for what he believed in. He was a man of principles and of honor. Like we need more men like Ove. His name is Ove also, by the way, not Ovi. It's a Swedish name. It's pronounced Ove.
I mean, at first glance, it's Ove. But also, Ove is an egg cell. Because I just finished medical terminology. Got an A, by the way.
Ooh, killed it.
So, an ova is an egg cell. And I just imagine him having a really round head in that case, and I just really don't like that.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a Swedish name. I was informed of this, so I listened to the audiobook, so I know it's Ove. But also, Graham, my linguistics friend, I said A Man Called Ove to him, and he looked at me very offended and said, it's Ove. And I'm like, what? He's like, that's a Swedish name.
Does
Ove.
Graham listen to this podcast?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Okay, well, you're gonna find out after he listens to this one, if he does, because I'm gonna keep saying Ovi. So
I know. It's on brand for you. Rochester Eyre, Jane Eyre.
yeah, Jane Eyre. So, A Man Called Ove by Fredrik Backman.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually Fredrik Backman, but
Holy fuck.
oh, I'm leaving that in. yeah. At least I think it's Fredrik Backman. But
you're probably right. It is spelled really weird.
Anyways, we digress. All that to say,
yeah.
Here we are. We love Ove. I love Ove with my whole heart. He is like we need more men like Ove. Okay, like
Truly.
Just the way that he was so like dedicated and devoted to hard work and doing the right thing. Like he very much appealed to me. Okay, if Ove was in his 20s and real. Listen.
Yeah, he is a man of values.
I'm just saying.
And
yeah.
Oh, what the heck was his wife's name?
Sonia.
Thank you. She was his whole damn world.
I know. Oh my god.
Heart-achingly so.
Yeah.
I've got a quote here from page 33 that says he was a man of black and white, and she was color, all the color he had. And I was just like, oh, we're 33 pages in.
I actually got really emotional reading about their relationship in those scenes because my uncle passed away earlier this year, and my aunt and uncle had that type of relationship, and it was always just so beautiful to see. And so, like, I don't know, that just sort of like hit close to home. I'm like, ugh.
Nothing cuter than old people holding hands.
Yeah, like that. If it's not Ove and Sonia, I don't want it. Okay?
Preach.
Ugh. And then just the way that the author handled themes of like depression and grief and suicide. This book does deal a lot with suicide quite directly, content warnings for sure. But just the way that he just keeps being interrupted.
Yeah, and the fact that his morals and the fact that like she's going to be pissed at me if I show up not having helped this person with this stupid task that they should know how to do. And so I have to stick around for another day so that my wife doesn't beat me when I get there. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's so...
in like the cutest way.
It's sad and sort of deals with these like really hard themes in a really blunt and honest way, but it brings like so much also like quirkiness and joy and just like comedic things into it. And I just really appreciated that as someone who has struggled with mental health issues and mental illness myself. That really spoke to me. And the way that he was saved by his desire to help other people and like falling in love with them along the way and finding his own community, and like he's just sort of like grumpily and begrudgingly like going along with it because like these are his morals and he's gonna do the right thing, but like he's not thrilled about it. I don't know, that just really resonated with me, and I really appreciated his character. He very quickly has gone up the list of like my like top favorite characters ever in any piece of media. He was just so real and tangible throughout the book, and you can see like how much he loves others, not because of specifically who they are, not because he feels like he has to, but just because like that's just his way and this is the right thing to do, and so that's what he's gonna do, and his feelings about it are irrelevant. And I think that's really admirable and honorable, and so I just loved it a lot.
I thought that I want to say around halfway through the book, it like really started coming to life as well. Like once Ovi was spending more time like around the girls next door, like the kids.
Yeah.
And once he started being like, okay, I know he bought a Volvo, but like he's also really sick, and maybe I should just get over it
Oh, about his
because
friend?
he's dying. Yeah, about
Runa.
Runa, Rune,
Runa.
Rune.
His name's Runa. It's Runa and Ove.
Of course it is. So yeah, when Rune is dying,
Oh. The way they all banded together against the man in the white shirt to to
yeah,
stop them from taking him away. They're like,
oh my
we're all
God.
gonna take care of him.
Exactly. Yeah, the fact that Ovi just goes from no, 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 no. He bought that car. We're done. We're done. Straight to jail. To okay, it's been years and like he's literally dying. Like he needs help. He might not know that he needs help, but I can see that he does, and so I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and just like, cause that's just Ova. That's who Ova is, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I also loved like all the like how the backstories all came together, like about Jimmy,
Hmm.
about how they
Yeah,
rescued
Jimmy.
him
Oh
when
my
he was a
God.
kid.
I like that he was also horribly allergic to that guy.
Yeah,
Oh, silly Jimmy.
but like I like was listening to the audiobook and listening to the scene where they like Runa and Ova without saying a word, like despite that they hadn't spoken to each other, despite that they were in one of their falling outs, without even saying a word, they just went and dealt with the
yeah.
stepfather and just rescued
Yeah.
Jimmy, like no questions asked, no hesitation, without even communicating to each other, because that's just who they are. They're just good men.
Yeah.
And like he's there, Ova's just a good man. And
Period.
I don't know. I found myself falling in love with all of these characters, independent, like of their own right, and I just loved it because we all know how much I love characters, and I hate to say it that I actually liked a contemporary, but I did. I loved it. So
Hear that? Oh,
no. Okay, this was for Grant.
there are good ones.
This was for Grant. Okay, not for you. I'm not getting on the
Hey, a
contemporary
win
train.
is a win.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a fun quote here for you.
Okay.
From page 207. If a non-throat tattooed man of Ovi's age without any hesitation steps up to a throat tattooed man of the age of this throat tattoo and presses him up against a car in this manner, then it's very likely not the throat tattooed man one should be most worried about annoying.
Yeah. I loved that. And just the way that he like
I was
stood up
like, yo,
for
say it.
Pavana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh,
Yeah.
I love her. She just like
I'm
understood
really glad
him.
you said her name first.
Pavana? What were you going to
Yeah.
say?
Parvane. It's a beautiful name.
Yeah, in the audiobook it was Pavana.
I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I was like, yo.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like all those things like that. And then like it came full circle with like it started with him in the store
The iPad.
arguing about the iPad and then
Oh.
it ended with him in the store getting the
I
iPad
know.
for the little girl.
As soon as I saw the little girl call him grandpa for the first time,
Yeah.
I
called
just
him
went,
granddad.
oh. It's like, okay,
He got all emotional.
he is going to be wrapped around their fingers for the rest of their lives now.
Yep.
I'm like, now he's not going to kill himself.
Yeah. Yep. Just the way that he got so emotional about that and like
Yeah.
he never really admitted to anyone the way he felt, but you can totally see it. Like he's a man of actions, not words. And I don't know. I just appreciated them all. Love Jimmy. I love those kids. That kid who was trying to fix his bike for his girlfriend that's not his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was just the cutest. Like just the way you see all these little like cameos into all these people's lives in this neighborhood and like how they all grew together and how they all started to sort of rally around Ova without even realizing that he needed it. Although I do think that Pavana knew.
I think so too. Especially I like after the garage.
Yeah, I think she knew, like, upon meeting him that he needed someone, and so she just kept showing
Did
up
it.
every day to interrupt him with things that she knew he'd want to help with.
I was told this quote once that anybody could need a somebody, so you gotta be prepared to be anybody's somebody.
Not you quoting me right now.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I felt like that was Parvana with Ovi,
Yeah.
where she was just like, this motherfucker needs a somebody and it's gonna be me.
Oh, I cannot believe you just brought that up. Because I always used to say that. Like, that's a throwback
Yeah.
Hannah saying. I used to say
Yeah,
that in high
because you always
school.
said that on day one. You were like, yeah, you needed a somebody, so I sat beside you in English class, and I was like, yo, I did. I
Yeah.
was scared.
Everybody needs a somebody, and
So,
so I'm constantly prepared to be anyone's somebody.
yeah, and you just gather this great group of people via that.
Yeah, yeah. Pavana totally embodied that. Like, she just was this, like, quiet caregiver. Like, her asking him to teach her how to drive, that was on purpose.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
on purpose. And just the way he, like, so calmly was, like the way he gave her, like, a pep talk. Like, he's so aggressive and, like, gruff with it, but, like,
Yeah.
so loving and just being like, listen, you've survived this long. You will learn to drive a car.
Oh, standard at that.
Yeah.
None of that automatic.
Yeah.
I also like that he called her children, or at least one of them, a grammatically challenged little natural disaster. I had a good giggle at that.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Just the way he's, like, so done with everyone, and the way he every time he locks something he tests it 3 times, like his little
Yeah.
quirks.
Yo, I would put money on Ovi being at least mildly autistic.
Yeah, I thought that was, like,
Like, very clear.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
very, like,
His sense of justice through the roof.
yeah, but at the same time, like, he would follow the rules even though he hated them.
Oh yeah, he loves a rule. He loves a sign.
He loves a sign. He probably made the sign.
Oh, he made all the signs.
It was really heartbreaking when his house burned down because of, like, some bureaucratic rules and all this stuff about, like, you can't fight the men in white shirts. It was so integral to the theme of the novel of, like, at the end of the day, none of that stuff matters. It just matters who you're with and the people. And it's a very, I guess, humanistic, I believe is the word, approach and outlook to life. And it felt like after Sonia's death and in grieving that and going on that, walking that path with these neighbors, all of a sudden, I felt like he learned in the end what Sonia had been trying to tell him all along.
Yeah, definitely. Where it's like he finally got the sense of community from it, that she was like, hey, like, just take a look. And then it was just like, oh, I'm not here on purpose and I'm not here of my own accord, but I guess I'll stick around for it.
Yeah.
And I found another quote.
Okay.
Page 225.
Mm-hmm.
He who always used to nag at her about being late, now he stands here himself, apparently quite incapable of following her as he'd planned.
Oh my God. This book got me in the chest. This book made me feel, and it hit close to home for me, especially just, like, with what I've dealt with and, like, the grief that I've experienced and what I'm going through now. I felt like this book just came to me when I needed it, and I just loved it. Like, I finished it yesterday
I love that.
at work, literally, like, listening to it as I'm, like, doing my work, just crying at my desk at work. Like, just brought me to tears. Like, it was so...
The fact that Pavana
Pavana
knew right away
Yeah.
at the very end Like, that was the part that almost made me cry.
Oh, like knew that he had
It didn't do
passed?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that she just knew.
Yeah. You just know these things.
Yeah.
But it was okay at that point because he had done everything he needed to do.
And then some.
Yeah.
But yeah, it almost got there, which makes it pretty darn compelling because no book has done it yet. But that one got close.
Yeah, I don't really cry at books that much. But this one really spoke to me. So thanks, Grant, for that. Crying at my desk. But it was beautiful.
It was.
It was beautiful.
It was.
Mm-hmm. And I loved the cat also.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love the cat.
The second the cat sort of followed him home, I was like, it's over. It's over for him. There's no way he's going to go through with it.
The cat on the book cover is also like this cute little like calico-ish.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, peak cat colors too.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
We love a good coming across a book right when you need it though.
Yeah, this was that for me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was kind of mad too. Like I was like, ugh, like I don't want to read this. Like there's so many other things I want to be reading. Like this is not the mood
not
that I'm in.
Contemporary.
Like the only reason I got the audiobook is because I had a bunch of Audible credits built up over time and I didn't want to pay for it. Like I didn't even want to pay for this book. I was like, I'm not doing this. And so I just used an Audible credit and then suddenly I'm crying at my desk like shit, now I gotta go buy this book.
Now she wants to buy the physical.
Yeah. Now I want it in my collection so bad and I want to do like a physical reread and really
experience it, get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is way more annotated than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I didn't expect to like it at all. And then suddenly Ove and his little community found family have my whole heart.
Yeah, so this has really put my trust in books recommended by Grant.
Yeah.
I was a little apprehensive because I was like, I don't know, like sure it's got a movie made about it, but like not all books are good.
Not all books are good. That is true.
But yeah, then it went and got itself 5 stars. So yeah.
Yeah, this was a rare occurrence for me where the level of being entertained and enjoying it and the level of it's good literature lined up for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a good book and I enjoyed it and I loved it. And the just like emotional intelligence of it I really liked. And I loved, like I love a found family. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
It's just so wholesome.
Yeah,
heartwarming,
there's just
cozy.
something about the family you choose. Like this book is a warm hug and I really loved that.
Yeah, agree. I feel like it's a good time of year to read it too.
I was just about to say that. This might be an annual November read for me. Do a reread. Annotate it again every time with a different color.
Oh, do it.
Yeah.
Do the roar.
This book is just such a testament to the power of storytelling and the power of just simply showing up.
Agree. If he wanted to, he would.
If he wanted to, he would. Listen, don't settle, okay?
Don't settle. Get an Ove.
Yeah.
An Ova. An Ove, if you will.
Yeah.
Don't settle.
Yeah. Get an Ova. Or a Runa.
or a Runa.
Is the hesitation because you want to say rune?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should listen to the audiobook next time we read something Swedish.
Well, another thing that I loved was Sonia's character, about just how like strong she was even after like losing her mobility and still.
And she was like, no, I want to teach, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, she just like took everything in stride and carried on and made a difference in so many kids' lives.
Yeah, she taught so many kids how to read.
Yeah, and everyone that Ova comes in contact with in some way or another
has like had a positive experience with Sonia.
Yeah. And it's just so... We learn about her character through Ova's memories of this woman that he loves, but we also learn about her from all of the people that she impacted in her life. And that's what you want. Like you want to live on through all of the good you've done and the positive changes that you've made and the differences that you make in people's lives. To me, anyways, that's the stuff that matters in life. That's the good shit. And I felt like through experiencing this sort of ripple effect of all these wonderful things that Sonia did and these impacts she had, Ova then himself stepped into also doing the same thing, so that when he did pass away, he also had that sort of ripple effect of all these people that he'd impacted positively and like the things that stuck.
Yeah, I feel like because and Sonia were married, like people sort of just was like, oh, that's like the ultimate voucher for a good guy. And so despite Ovi being this grumpiest old man ever, everyone's just like, you're a great guy. We love you. And he's just like, I don't want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk about it. Get away from me.
Get out of my house. Because everyone's just in his house all the time. And he's like, please leave. I want to be alone. But everyone's just like, yo, bro, like, come help. Can you drive me to the hospital? Like,
can you help
me? Can you come fix my radiator? Like, please?
Yeah.
And he's just like, fine.
I guess.
If I have to.
Grumble.
Yeah. And so I think that just the juxtaposition of that was really funny.
Yeah, he's like insulting them the whole time as he's going about doing it.
And they're just like, yeah, thanks, Ovi. See you at the next council meeting. I'm sure you'll cause a fuss. Except for that one bitch with the dog.
Oh my god, I hate her. But she left in the end, didn't she? And then Anders ended up with the journalist.
Yeah, they broke up. Yep.
That journalist was great.
Agree.
Like, everyone just, like, accepted.
She's like, I'll blackmail people for you. And they're like, yeah, thanks. Homie.
Well, he was deemed a hero.
Yeah, when he saved that guy from being killed by a train.
Yeah, while he was trying to be killed by a train.
Yeah. And he was just like, I could just stay on these tracks. Yeah. But then I'd have to watch this kid get scarred who's just happens to be driving a train. That's not fair to him.
Yeah.
Guess I'll live. And hops off the tracks. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Like, that's insane that he thought about that in that split second.
And that's so powerful. It's so crazy, like, how, like, one small thing made such a huge difference.
Yeah. That kid, his entire life could have changed right then.
Yeah, and sometimes all it takes is one little thing.
Heavy book.
Yeah, heavy book, but such a good book. Such a good
so
book.
Good. So good.
I love it. This is like easily one of my favorite books of all time.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Would I read it again? Probably.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to read it again and annotate it heavily. This is why I'm so glad to be doing this show and to be getting the requested reads, because like it forces me to read stuff that I wouldn't usually. I've read, like, my genre stats are all out of whack in recent months, because I'm reading, like...
Yep, a lot of pod books.
Yeah, a lot of pod books.
Yeah. So, yeah, requested reads. We do have a list of ones we've got planned and, like, our next couple. However, we are always welcome to adding to that list. Mm-hmm. So, please feel free. You can comment on the old posts. You can DM us. Whatever. We're not picky.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
And I'm just so thrilled because this was such a good experience. And
it was fun.
And I loved it a lot. And if you enjoy this, we'll keep doing it because we do have lots of requested reads.
And we do plan for both of us to read our requested reads as well.
So that's
which is special because I don't know. I feel like every time we read a book, it's just like another little like atom in our brains just connect.
Like you and me.
Yeah.
We've always been psychically linked, though.
I know, but I feel like it's just another one.
Yeah, I will never forget, okay, that time that
I
I was
know.
sitting in, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That time I was sitting in math class, and I had this really hard-ass math teacher who, like, if he saw a phone, you would have detention for, like, 2 weeks. And so I couldn't message you, and we didn't have plans together for lunch, and in my head, I'm like, desperate. I'm like, Jess, if you can hear me, meet me in the parking lot at lunch. We can go to my house for lunch. And and then I thought to myself, this is crazy. There's no way. And then I walk out of that math portable, and who is in the parking lot? Jess.
When I had no business being there.
Yeah, and I walked up to you, and I'm like, hey, and you're like, yeah, I just felt like I needed to be here. And I'm like, holy fuck. I can't believe I sent you a mind message and you got it.
Yeah.
We'd only known each other like 3 months.
That is such lore. Holy. Oh, wow. I love that.
I mean, yeah, so like, we're just on the same wavelength, you and me.
Yeah, have been for years.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, there's been times where like we haven't talked for like 2 months, and then I remember there was one point where it had been like that long, and I'm going to message you like a little update because I was just like, yo, here's what's going on. And then as I'm typing this long ass paragraph, I just see your little typing bubble pop up. I'm like, this son of a bitch.
I always know when you need me. I don't know why. 100% of the time.
Like, it's crazy. We've done that multiple times.
I know.
That's messed up. In such a cool way.
Like, I always just, like, know in my chest, in my bones, when you need me. All of a sudden, I'm just like, oh, I gotta message Jess right now. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
Just a little bit. I might be a little psychic. It's okay. But just, like, so when we read together, it's so much fun. It's so great.
So fun.
Yeah.
So I feel like we can get in each other's heads with it.
Yeah. Well, even just like when we do the genre swaps, like I know exactly what like when I'm reading your book that you give to me, I know exactly why you love it. I know exactly what you were thinking when you were reading it. And so it's just
I have a comment for this, but I need to save it for our next episode.
Okay.
And so Sagoo. Message us, Instagram, Threads, Badly Annotated Pod.
Yeah, your requested reads, your thoughts. If you read A Man Called Ove, or if this convinced you to read A Man Called Ove, this was spoilery. I figured that was kind of a given.
Still worth it.
It's still worth the experience. Yeah, 100%. I think everyone in the world who is a human with feelings needs to read this book.
Agree.
Oh, what a good one to start on.
Yay!
What a good soft launch we're having.
Yeah. So, yeah. Tell us your thoughts. Badly Annotated Pod on Instagram and Threads, or badlyannotedpod@gmail.com if you like it old school. And all of our links, including our new fable, is on the link in our Instagram bio.
Yeah, and you could follow along on there with our current reads as well, because we've been logging what we're currently reading. So maybe it's a requested reads. Maybe you can join in. Woo!
Awesome. Okay. Best wishes. Kindest regards.
Sincerely, Jess and Hannah.